Hey everybody, welcome to Monday. Zahn and Adam here from the Kingdom. We're doing our live Facebook session a little bit early today as we've got some jet setters amongst us. Today, hello.
Hi.
Today we are going to talk about an issue which we come across quite often.
All the time.
It's how do you make time for marketing? People are busy, we know that. If you don't have in-house marketing departments, sometimes your ideas go on the top of the list and then very quickly they're on the bottom of the list. So Adam, what can we do? How can we help these people out there who are just too busy working in their business and don't have the time to be working on their business?
Yes, son. Well, it's a problem created, or a problem that's certainly relevant to not just marketing departments, it's everybody. Everybody in the world of marketing is challenged. Small business owners, big business, because a couple of things. First of all, the internet has got faster and computers have got faster and the tools available to us have got more extensive. So there's a lot more ways to communicate. Now this creates a couple of sets of different problems. Firstly, we can actually speed off and ping off to-do list items far quicker than we used to in the old days between departments and also with issues with our customers and supply chain. So there's lots of different connectivity points occurring at a far greater intensity than it's ever been. And the other thing too that goes hand in hand with this is that the number of marketing channels that the marketing people have to deal with has greatly increased. So no longer was it just a bit of a budget, a bit of above the line, and away you go, bang out a newsletter and it's job done. There are literally hundreds of different channels, and of course on a day-to-day sort of smorgasbord of stuff to pick from, there's at least 10 to 15 by the time you take into account major social media channels and dealing with blogs and websites. And so the number of requests to deal with and the number of requests coming in and the channels to do is off the charts. So as a result, and along the way, everyone's been screwed on price by the global change. I mean, we're now all of us are global businesses, like it or not. And so less money is poured into it. And the other great challenge that comes to this, the other great problem that comes about this is that management has struggled with the IT revolution, the IT takeover of marketing. So you have a lot less understanding at the top level board than you used to perhaps 20, 30 years ago. It was a very simple process.
Okay.
That's a problem, isn't it, Zahn?
Wow. Heavy for a Monday.
Really heavy, and early Monday, yeah.
Let's talk about fixing the problem, which I think was my question to you.
Yeah, we've got to define the problem to fix, right? Okay.
Long definition.
All good.
Excellent. All right, so let's get underway with how we can help.
Yeah.
How can we help?
Yeah, well, the first thing you've got to do, and let's talk specifically about everyone's under-resourced in this space, okay? And so day-to-day stuff just takes over what your good intentions are, your great ideas are with marketing. So first of all, you've got to make a set of goals. And we talk a bit about the SMART goals in marketing. You know, the SMART goals are a way to get a bit of discipline in the space. So, Zahn, I know how much you love spinning out what they are: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic and timely. Okay, so say that again slower. Specific,
measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely.
Thank you.
I've been doing my homework.
Yeah, great work. Okay, so those goals are all about setting, the word realistic is very important.
Yeah.
Too often we hear people say, I want to double my website hits. Like, well, what assets are you putting into that?
I want 80,000 website hits this month.
Yeah, so you've got to set up yourself to actually be successful and do small steps to get that going. But make sure you have those targets and goals, very important.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have those, then you can't define success and you can't track towards your success, and it allows your other seemingly more important priorities to take over and claw back time from the marketing space.
Excellent. All right, so set some SMART goals.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, what have you got?
Treat marketing as a profession. I mean, seriously, it's a very difficult thing to do. And with the IT space exploding around it, it's become even harder. And so the idea of self-marketing, it's just like doing self-law, self-accounting, and taking a scalpel to your guts and cutting out your own kidneys. It doesn't work. Self-marketing doesn't work. It just doesn't. You're not a marketing professional. And along the way, you waste time doing what you are good at. And you know, I see it, lawyers are the worst. They think they can do marketing, but what's the point when they're charging $500 an hour and we're a lot cheaper?
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, self-marketing doesn't work like it used to. It certainly doesn't work like it used to. You can't do it. The digital age is too intense. The reason why we know this, spent 25 years knowing what we know, and we still have to work 16 hours a day to keep up with it.
Exactly. All right, so let's look at outsourcing. Is outsourcing marketing an option for people who are just struggling to get their marketing up and running?
Absolutely. So outsourcing has become a very real thing with the advent of the very powerful digital marketing platforms that are now available. And obviously we use HubSpot, but it's not just HubSpot, it's Marketo, Infusionsoft, Pardot, HubSpot. These tools are all-encompassing tools that are super powerful and allow you to easily get outsourcing work for you. Now, the reason why outsourcing works is because we're able to standardize on one platform, employ experts that get very fast at it, pour resources into things like super fast broadband Ethernet, or on the NBN at 180 megabits a second, very quick, and as a result, we can actually get stuff done at a much faster rate because we've got experts doing it. Now, as a result, the cost of outsourcing is pretty much the simple cost of a marketing assistant.
Yeah.
And you get the spread of 10 to 15 different people that are experts in different fields, because one of the great challenges in terms of marketing these days is you've got to have the Jesus employee. That's the person who do the social media, the website stuff, the content writing, the website coding, know everything about events and understand how to do all that, as well as above the line. So that Jesus job application, that Jesus job description, we see it a lot. People want to have the person who do absolutely everything. It's like that's 6 different professions. It doesn't happen.
No, exactly. All right, let's talk about budget.
Budget. Now, one of the things that's important is that a lot of people don't understand how much time they're blowing on marketing.
Yeah.
This is bumbling around trying to make a logo yourself, or use PowerPoint for graphics, or do stupid stuff that's just not in your sphere.
Or even social media.
Social media, oh my God, yeah. You're doing damage to your brand, you're wasting your own time. So how much of that time has been spent that you're not thinking about is actually dedicated to a marketing budget? Because the minute you isolate that time wasted and the costs and all those things, you suddenly realize, hang on, you are spending 60 to 100 to whatever number on your marketing you perhaps haven't identified. And this happens massively in the SMB space, where the owner's saying, oh, I can do marketing, I do it myself. Yeah, but you're spending 4 hours a week when you should be doing other things that are more powerful, more valuable. And so identify all the things. Now, a lot of people, when they do this, we have this question in our sales pitches, is they don't get within 20% on their first go of all the things that relate to marketing. So sit down and write them all out, have another go, and really think about every single piece of HR resource and tangible resource, software, money goes into computers, the whole lot. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into it, and people never get it right in the first go. And typically it's at least 3 to 4 times more than you think.
Excellent. Okay, talent.
Talent, yeah. We talked about it a little bit previously in taking marketing seriously as a profession, but you've got to have talent. And the talent need to be up to date with the latest and greatest. And we're seeing this great challenge for marketing managers, is that the skill of being a marketing manager is typically learned over 15 to 20 years.
Yep.
And it's a very powerful skill, and it's difficult to do. And a lot of that time is spent managing agencies and managing HR resources below with assistants. But of course, along the way, very difficult to keep up with IT.
Yep.
Very hard to keep up with the computer revolution. Virtually impossible to stay on top of all of the cloud software that's changed the way marketing works. Very difficult to become an expert in 7 or 8 social media platforms, impossible. And so as a result, the talent you've got is you're spread too thin. Now, thinking you can just grab the receptionist, he or she can just jump on Facebook because I use Facebook and become a Facebook expert, doesn't work that way. There's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big advocate for that. It's a bugbear of mine. Oh, Joni out the front can do our Facebook posting because she just sits at the reception desk. Well, there's
and you see it because you mop up the brand damage.
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole lot of strategy and a bit of science that goes behind it. So
and how we know this is because we travel to the US every 6 months, watching upwards of 200 sessions a year to stay on top of social media. And what we learned in 2014 is completely different to what we know right now in 2000. And look, even as recently as seeing stuff in April.
It's been changed.
San Diego has been changed. So we're away to the US again in November to learn more about this stuff. So is your crew doing that? Are you keeping up to date with it? Because the answer is absolutely probably going to be no. And so why would you bother destroying your brand?
Yeah.
And the thing that strikes me about this is that your website should be an asset. And your marketing and your branding stuff is a goodwill line on your balance sheet. And yet these assets and brands and goodwill things are really only taken seriously at the top level when you're Telstra and Apple.
Yeah.
Yet every business should have this. Every business should have their website on their balance sheet. Every business should have their marketing branding on their asset, on their balance sheet. And yet a lot of businesses don't take it seriously, and as a result, are really suffering.
Excellent. Okay, well, hopefully you've learned a couple of tips or just had a bit of a brain jolt into ways that you could perhaps try something a little bit different. At the very best, the SMART goals is a really good place to start. So thanks for joining us. We do have an app of the day today, and it's an app which belongs in the cloud and is quite complementary to what we've been discussing today. It's called Lucid Chart.
Yep.
And it's a great app. It enables you to visually plot out how you'd like things to pan out. What are some of the things you use it for?
Oh, there's charts in the cloud, effectively, so you can actually do wireframe diagrams.
Yep.
Think of your classic sort of HR org chart, but this is in the cloud, so everyone can do it at once.
Yep.
Everyone can use it at once,
Yep.
share it, create templates, do all kinds of cool stuff. So the reason why we like it so much is that a group of people together can very quickly plan exactly what their marketing looks like, and we love it as a mind map tool, so you can sit there and say, what does the business look like, and stick all these boxes and link it together. And being in the cloud's fantastic. There's always been a lot of programs like this in the past, but this one's in the cloud and works in a very similar way to Google Docs, so you can actually operate it, make it work together, which is super cool.
Fantastic. So perhaps give that a Google. Lucid Chart, Lucid chart. Fantastic. Thanks for joining. Oh, C-H-A-R-T.
That's a chart.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow.
No, Wednesday, because I'm going to Brisbane.
Yeah. Wednesday. So we'll see you Wednesday. If you'd like to see any of our previous episodes, thekingdom.com.au/the-kingdom-live. And we'll see you Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.